begin today's show with breaking news from Union Station in Kansas City, where the Missouri Police Department says shots were fired near the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl parade. I'm Taft Gantt here inside State Farm Stadium in Phoenix, Arizona, the site of tonight's men's college basketball national championship. This is your final year in college. What's next for Connor Creasy?
I'm going to turn pro right after NCAAs.
And that's going to be led by their defensive lineman, 370 pounds, Spintavious Long. He's going to be leading that physical battle up front. The grand opening on Saturday, which will include a children's band, a magic show, and even an after-hours dance party. So be sure to come by, grab your favorite book. The sheriff's office felt the need to reassure everyone that these cameras aren't the ones that will write you a ticket. Pass it here, Jack. Everyone is welcome to hop in the Ultimate Frisbee pickup games. Well, today is not only Valentine's Day, it also marks the beginning of National Condom Week. Fitting, right? Perfect weather to be active for the rest of the week as we look at the 5-day forecast. We have highs in the 70s with cooler temperatures overnight, just as signs say around the city, and then there were 4. UConn, Purdue, NC State, and Alabama all have made it to Phoenix. Let's test that balance. I'm gonna ask a few questions and you either point to yourself or to your partner based on who you think it's more likely to be. Who's better at net? Who's better from the baseline?
It depends on the day.
It was a back and forth game, but ultimately your defense got that stop at the end that put you guys through. What did tonight show you about your team's heart and fight? You're just surrounded by so much success throughout the University of Georgia golf program. How do you think you've grown as a golfer just by being in this program for 5 years now? I'm Taft Gantt here with Luke Clanton, defending North and South Amateur champion. Luke, how's it feel to be back?
It feels great, man. I'm excited to come back out. Being in Pinehurst again it's awesome, man. It's beautiful up here.
Yeah, well, we're glad to have you back. We're going to do a little walk and talk on this third hole of number 2. Lee Corso, closer than the experts predict.
Yeah, exactly.
That's one of the first introductions where sports television would hint towards betting.
Mm-hmm.
And now look at how far it's evolved. It's been a big year for you. Going to Florida State your freshman year, you've had a lot of success in recent amateur tournaments. How do you think you've grown as a golfer since that match last year?
Yeah, I mean...
National anthem over under 2 minutes, 5 seconds.
Under. Easy.
You dumb dude.
No, it's Chris Stapleton. My man loves football. He wants to go sit in his suite and watch the game. He's not going to try and steal the show. I'm here with Pinehurst native Jackson Van Paris at the North and South Amateur. Jackson, this is your home. How does it feel to be here?
This is my favorite event all summer.
Cheers, Quick Locks. It's Thursday morning here in Australia. Just came across this sports book inside a hotel. Figured while I was there, had to place a bet on the Open Championship. So we're going with Aussie legend Minwoo Lee. This guy's an absolute stick. If you haven't watched his hype videos on Instagram, you're missing out.
You want to go, mate?
Don't be on the road too tough, but I still cut you with the local tugs.
Minwoo Lee, top 5, got the ticket right here, 15 to win 135 Aussie dollars. Don't overthink it, take the Aussie. Playoff football is finally here, and I have an absolute lock for you to start off wildcard weekend. We're looking at Seahawks at the 49ers, and we're gonna hammer San Francisco -9.5. I got 3 reasons why. I'm here in Philadelphia for the Army-Navy game where one thing is on the mind of sports bettors everywhere, and that is the under. Quick Locks in Vegas has not gone as planned so far. For some reason, UCLA forgot how to play defense. These first round trends will save your bracket. 5-12 is the mainstream upset to pick. 6-11 is historically the most common. 11 seeds even have a winning record going back to 2010. And 11 of the last 12 years, a first 4 team has won a round of 64 game.
When I think about the passion and energy that all UGA students bring to the table, it's important to make sure we come in here and we pack the stag every game.
Sometimes they talk about the fan aspect in basketball as the 6th man on the court. I think it's kind of our own obligation to be that fan all the time.
Feels like our student turnout is not as where I want it to be or where it should be.
The lack of student support for the UGA men's basketball team is apparent. The problem has been around for years, with empty seats in the student section of Stegman Coliseum and little excitement towards the program as a whole. People close to the team, like student manager Wade Jones, wants answers.
Talking with students, like, no one really knows anything about the basketball team. Having people at games creates a certain level of excitement, at least in me, and I know in our players.
I just think there needs to be more of a communal effect, something to buy everybody in, to where everybody knows, like, hey, we're here to get loud. Like, we're not here to sit in our chair.
Regardless of superfans like Scrappy, there is a big problem of student attendance across the university. We surveyed 100 UGA students, and it was shown that a large majority have only attended a couple games, if at all. The remarkably low number begs the question, why is there such a lack of support for basketball?
We are an elite fan base when it comes to football. Let's carry that same eliteness right here to men's basketball.
It's got to be a marketing thing. You kind of have to dig it out to figure out that there are these incentives. I don't know what the deal is.
I think the reason kind of stands around winning. People want to see a winning product, and I believe that we're creating one now, but in the past we haven't been able to win games. It just seems like in order for change to occur, there needs to be a break of stigma that oh, basketball can also be this powerhouse.
My message to other students would be, you don't only have the chance to come here and go crazy for the dogs, you're obliged to. It's an honor to represent this university, and so come out to these games and get crazy, man. It's not only fun, but it helps our guys. And let's start winning some games.
It's a call in action to every Georgia student out there. If you don't have a test, if you don't have a final, get to the Stag and help me out. One thing that I want every student to do, though, is when you hear it's Georgia basketball, I need everybody to repeat, go Dogs. And it needs to be loud, it needs to be proud, and it needs to echo the sentiments of the Bulldog Nation.